Hello and welcome back to another Warlords of Draenor video. This time I'm going to be taking you on a little bit of a tour of the Temple of Karabor. This is, well, the Black Temple, but in the past. Essentially, the story of the Black Temple is that it was one of the main kind of places for the Draenei. It was obviously a spiritual temple, and it was also Velen's home. Then it passed through various owners, ended up with Illidan, and he desecrated it, and, well, helped desecrate it. He really just added to the previous problems that it had. But yes, then it became the Black Temple, which we all know and love today. So this is the place, I think, about 20 or 30 years ago in terms of our current timeline's lore. Now, one thing you'll notice is that there's a little bit of death and destruction here at the minute. There's a few dead Draenei, there's a few broken things. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to find a version of this this area that's actually not sort of touched by the Iron Horde. So that's a little bit unfortunate, but hey, it's fine. So, layout-wise, it's the same. We've got these two areas, which I think there's demon hunters training here in our version of it. Then there's the main temple itself, which we cannot access. And then to the rear, there are docks, which I believe we can access. Anyway, so let's have a look at these two gardens. I think that, overall, they're really beautiful, and I love this kind of like tree style that they're going for here. I think it looks really well with the whole moonlit sort of feel of the zone, which is definitely nice. It's also cool seeing like a Draenei area that's built up and not destroyed, because of course historically everywhere that we've seen related to the Draenei in World of Warcraft has been just shredded, you know? It's been torn up by something, and I suppose this is still a little bit torn up, but I mean it's at least some semblance of civilization, which is pretty cool. I'll show you the armor they're wearing. It's actually rather nifty, so yeah, nice stuff. Actually, you know what, I think I'll just hook round, and then we'll finish off the video in just where my mouse cursor is. Anyway, so here is this place, the Gardens of Eternity. Now, this actually appears to be the same version of Shattrath that is used in a scenario. It's a solo scenario called the Battle of Shattrath City. I haven't been able to finish it because of a progression halting bug that I've experienced, so I actually came here in a new character just to show you the place when it wasn't full of orcs. So we can pass through here, and that will take us to the rear of the temple. And we can see lots of priests going about their, I don't know, priestly duties, which is fine, but then, kaboom! We get to see the rear of the place. Now, I don't really know if we actually got to see this back in the Burning Crusade. Actually, was this the place where you fought Terran Gorfiend? Oh dear, I'm not sure. It's been a long time. Anyway, so this is the Karabor Harbour. First of all, that's a hell of a view. It really is. And unfortunately for the folks here, there's a little bit of a problem. There's an Iron Horde invasion fleet here. Not really the sort of thing you usually want to be happening. So that's not too good for them, and it appears to be slightly untextured and stuff like that, but we can still, like, nonetheless jump down and give you a look. Yeah, I really, really like the Iron Horde boats. I think the styling of them is just really cool. You know, it's all like wrought iron and steel and furnaces and stuff like that, which, it feels brutal enough for just to, I don't know, work really well in the expansion. Another thing you may have noticed a little bit is the like pop-in of things that are really far away. Actually seems to be a little bit better. I don't know, it just like it fades in a more nice way. You can see if we, yeah. I don't know if the game previously did that. You can just see over there, but I suppose it's a little bit less noticeable than currently when sometimes things just kind of pop in, which doesn't look too good. So these two Karabor citizens, I've got to say, very ballsy. I mean, come on, there's a cannon there. You'd think you'd notice. But no, they're just there, you know, smoke weed every day, etc. Yeah, overall though, this place looking pretty cool. Let's go and see more of the main, like the main place though. There's something about this that just doesn't look 100% finished. Actually, I know what the something is, it's lighting. The lighting is not finished for down here, so that's definitely a thing that Blizzard will need to take a look at. Still, it's great to see so many Draenei and just see the place with a little bit more life to it. It's good because I was a little bit worried that one of the cool things about the Black Temple is it's just a whole big desecrated feel, and then if you take Bladespire Citadel, which is the main Horde city for the expansion, it's just so giant and majestic, and I was just worried that this place would come off being a little bit bland or dull or something. I don't really know why I was worrying about that, because it actually looks great. I'm really happy with it. Though it's worth just mentioning that, like, Draenor are one of my favorite races. I love their lore and stuff like that. I think it's really cool. And, you know, all the spacefaring stuff that they've done, so because of that, I do have a little bit of a bias towards Draenor style things. I also happen to think that their architecture is really cool, so yeah, I'll throw my biases out there so that people at least know that they exist. Oh, you probably know they exist by listening to me. Right, the Amphitheater of Echoes. What is this? It is, it is surprisingly enough, an amphitheater. It's a very nice one, though. Like, these guys don't mess around when it comes to their crystals and their design. All this stuff's so cool to me. I really like the place. See if there's much of a view from here. And indeed there is. Awesome. Right, I'll take a look at the front stairs and then I think we'll just round off the video because there isn't a great deal else to show, really. Now, in terms of Warlords of Draenor Alpha coverage, I'm not 100% sure what to do. I'm probably going to cover the Tanan jungle place in a Let's Play style format, and the reason I'm going to do that is because it's only 45 minutes, and it's really cool. There's never a dull moment, so it actually suits that form of commentary quite well. It's not like with some of the other quests where I had to do a heavily edited thing because I'd be paring down like an hour of footage in which only 5 or 6 important things happen. So I think that's what I'm going to do for the Tanan jungle stuff. I'm not too sure what I'm going to do for Shadow Moon Valley, but I'll work something out. That's a pretty cool monument. Anyway, so let's find our way up to the main steps. I wish you could get in, but you currently can't. I suppose the place is sort of ginormous. Maybe that's why it's not done yet, or perhaps there'll be a later on phase. If a phase does open, and you know, which we can get into the middle, then of course I'll show you that. But right now, this is the best I've been able to get in the alpha, and based on what I've seen from other people, it appears to be the best that you can get. I'll work something out though. Anyway, so that has been a little bit of a look at the Temple of Karabor. I think it's really fantastic, and thankfully I can happily say that the Alliance have something that can stand up to Bladespire Citadel. Which is, wow, I am running on my own. Yeah, which is definitely great. So, that's it for the video. Be sure to stay tuned to the channel for all the latest Warlords of Draenor coverage. There will be multiple videos a day covering just about everything. So, yeah, that's it for me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.